Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The sound of her laughter still rings in my ears. It was sharp, amused, and cruel in the way only someone you love can hurt you. That night when Lisa texted me, "You're on thin ice," face with tears of joy, I didn't realize she wasn't joking. It was a Sunday evening, quiet except for the hum of the ceiling fan. She was curled up on the couch with her laptop, typing away. I assumed she was finishing a project for work, something about quarterly reviews and HR reports. I'd made dinner, trying to break the tension that had been brewing all week. But when I set her plate down, she didn't look up. The phone on the cushion beside her buzzed. She grabbed it quickly, smiling as her thumbs flew over the screen. I remember asking, "Who's that?" Her eyes flickered toward me, too quickly. "Just work stuff. Chill." Then came the text. "You're on thin ice," face with tears of joy. She showed it to me, grinning. "That's what I told my manager. He's been piling extra work on me." It was a perfect excuse. Polished, casual, believable. But something in the way she said manager made me uneasy. The way her smile lingered too long on that emoji. Forced a laugh. "You'd better be careful. HR might not think emojis are professional." She smirked, kissed me on the cheek, and went back to typing. That moment should have ended there, but it didn't. Because later that night, after she fell asleep, her laptop pinged again. Normally I'd ignore it. But curiosity, no, something deeper, pulled me toward it. The screen glowed faintly. A message popped up. "Ryan, work. Can't stop thinking about earlier. You're dangerous when you talk like that." My stomach twisted. My hands trembled as I read the next few messages. "Lisa. Stop, you'll get me fired," face with tears of joy. "Ryan, worth it." "Lisa. Don't make promises you can't keep." The laughter emoji again. That same mocking symbol of lightness over guilt. I closed the laptop before I could read more. For 2 days I said nothing. I went to work, came home, watched her smile at her phone like a secret she didn't have to share. I convinced myself it was innocent. Office flirting. Harmless. Everyone did it, right? But then Wednesday came. She told me she'd be late because of a team dinner. I didn't question it, not out loud. I just watched her put on that black blouse she only wore when she wanted to impress someone. She checked her reflection twice, dabbed perfume on her neck, and said, "Don't wait up." My heart sank with the sound of the front door closing. At 8:15 I opened her laptop again. I told myself it was wrong, but I did it anyway. Her messages were still open. "Ryan, I booked the corner booth." "Lisa. I'll make sure no one sees me leave with you this time." I didn't feel anger first. It was grief, raw and wordless. Like the room had shrunk around me, air pulled thin. At 9:03, I drove to the restaurant she mentioned before. The Willow. It was dimly lit, the kind of place meant for whispered secrets. Through the glass I saw them. She leaned across the table, laughing, her hand brushing his. His suit jacket hung on the chair behind him. His tie loosened. I didn't go inside. I stood in the parking lot, cold wind biting my skin, realizing I'd become a ghost in my own marriage. When she came home past midnight, her hair was slightly tousled, her lipstick faded. I sat in the dark, waiting. She jumped when she saw me. "You scared me." "Long dinner," I said flatly. She hesitated, eyes scanning my face. "Yeah, it went late. Clients wanted to discuss." "Ryan," I interrupted. Her face went pale. Just for a second. Then she smirked again, forced, trembling. "You're being paranoid." I stood up. "I saw you." The silence that followed was unbearable. Then softly she said, "It wasn't supposed to mean anything." That's what broke me, the supposed to. Like she'd signed a contract with guilt and only violated the terms by accident. She cried that night. Said it was emotional confusion, workplace pressure, a stupid mistake. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. But every apology sounded like it belonged to someone rehearsing damage control, not remorse. We slept in separate rooms for the rest of the week. On Friday morning, she left early for work. Her eyes were swollen, but she still grabbed her laptop like armor. "I'll fix it," she said quietly. I didn't respond. Later that day I got a text from her. HR called me in. Someone reported inappropriate messages. I think Ryan's wife found out. Then another. They said I breached the code of conduct. They're investigating. I might get fired. I didn't reply. My hands were steady for the first time in days. That evening she came home looking hollow. "It's over," she said, voice small. "They're letting me go." HR said I was on thin ice. Her words echoed that first message. I couldn't help but laugh, bitter, broken laughter that startled even me. "Funny," I said. "You told me the same thing a week ago." She dropped her bag, tears spilling again. "Please don't do this. I made a mistake, but I love you." I stared at her. The woman I'd built my life around. The woman who'd smiled through deceit. "You love the idea of being forgiven. Not me." She reached for me but I stepped back. "You don't get to cry now," I said. "You've already used your tears at work." That night she slept on the couch. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, listening to the silence that used to be peace and was now punishment. Days passed. She packed her things quietly, moving out without a fight. The house felt empty but cleaner somehow, like the truth had burned through every lie. A month later, I received an envelope in the mail from her former company. Inside was a severance letter, mistakenly forwarded to our address. I unfolded it and read the final line aloud to no one. "Employment terminated following HR investigation into misconduct with colleague." I smiled faintly. The irony was poetic. She'd once warned me I was on thin ice. But it was her reflection that finally cracked beneath her own weight. And as I tore the letter in half, I realized something. Betrayal doesn't always destroy you. Sometimes it clears the fog so you can finally see what was never love to begin with.